putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. Do you want to sign? Do you want to sign that the times are changing, that you are now being validated as having been correct? And there are even leftists who are going, oh, holy cow, I had no idea. You want to sign? I'm going to give it to you whether you want it or not. And let me tell you this. If we were talking about Barack Obama and this were his year one, we would be crazy not to go, look, the dude was good. And he took Bush's economy. He created 1.7 million jobs. He took Bush's economy. The stock market soared. Now, you can say, oh, the stock market went up. It went up like 20-something% during Barack Obama's time, but it had nowhere to go. I hate to tell you this, but it didn't. If Barack Obama didn't have to print $1 trillion of new money, you could say, what an amazing thing he did to save the economy. If Barack Obama didn't beg George Bush to put a $780 billion financial aid package together to just print money and put it into the economy before he ever took office, and then want to blame him for it, I would give him credit. If he had grown, it lessened unemployment in his first year by percentage points as opposed to growing it, I would give him credit. If he created more jobs, as I said, the Donald Trump they're talking about 1.7 million versus having lost it, I would say, whoa, what a miracle worker. If he had saved companies from going offshore and told us how he was going to bring manufacturing jobs back and did it, I would go, whoa. And if he did it and said, you know what, I think I'm going to need to raise taxes in order to keep it going, I might even go, you know what? The dude's a genius. Let's just leave him alone. If he hadn't forced us to get health care, making people make decisions between life and food, I might give him credit for it. If he had actually done what he promised and reduced our cost of health care and given us more choices and let us keep our doctors and our plans, I might have actually said, what a guy. But he did none of that. But here's what I want to tell you. There's not a policy you can point at that Barack Obama did that makes you go, man, that was amazing. His foreign policy was even worse. Now, I want to play a clip from one of Obama's minions, a guy named John Kirby. And he's actually, these are his words. I'm not even going to preface it. I'm going to just let you know, this is an Obama-era guy. And he's now got this to say about President Donald Trump.
You do give the president some credit for squeezing the Chinese to put pressure on North Korea.
I do. I absolutely do. Him and his team, they have... Look, if you had told me a year ago, Wolf, that the Chinese would cut off all natural gas, that they would cut off importing seafood from North Korea, that they would put pressure on the oil exports to North Korea to the degree that they have, I would have laughed at you. I didn't think that was possible. This administration has been able to do that. Now, again, there's more work that needs to be done. I am encouraged when I hear Secretary Mattis and Secretary Tillerson talk about diplomatic efforts being in the lead and the fact that there's still maneuver space to explore diplomatic options. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show, 844-551-8255, KJRadio.com. John Kirby, Obama bot, minion. You know what he's saying? Holy cow, I was told Donald Trump is a reckless warmonger. He's going to push the button, man. Look at what this guy's going to do. And you know what Kirby's doing? Holy cow. If you had told me this, I would have never believed it. I think I've kind of been saying something like that. If you had told me that Obama could do what Trump did, I would have never believed it. And I would have went, whoa. How many people do you think are experiencing this? This is a high-level dude that worked for Barack Obama. And he's admitting, I'm wowed. I'm floored. Folks, this is not just the minions down there voting. These are the people, the intelligentsia, the people who said you are idiots for electing Donald Trump. The people who said Donald Trump was not fit to serve, the anti-Trump movement. This is all of them combined into one luscious little snowball that's melting right in front of their faces. You're watching their snowball melt before the open fire. They're chestnut. They don't even know what to tell you. That's as close to a I'm wrong and thank you America as you're going to get. China, by the way, he could have added, they're no longer taking North Korea's coal. China's now opened up its market to our beef. China's opened up its market to 183 new products. Some of these they're not getting from North Korea. The pressure's being put on, and you know what? I don't know. I ain't gonna brag now. I ain't gonna brag, but I gotta tell you a little bit. I told you how Donald Trump was gonna do it. I said this from the moment he was elected. When people were talking about he's a war hawk and all that, I said the last thing Donald Trump wants to do is send people to war. He doesn't want to go. He's watched enough war films to go, I wouldn't want my son or daughter having to go through that. Now, we have a military that's ready to go. But, and for the record, I'm going to make sure they're ready. But here's what I'll tell you. We will fight with our economy before we fight with anything. I said this from when Trump finally when I could talk about it and say I'm for the guy at this point, because I said I'd be for whoever won. I said Donald Trump will use America's economy. You'd be a fool not to. By the way, that's what the black guy did. He didn't use America's economy. So Trump starts saving American jobs, puts out the notice to business. You're going to take your plant offshore? I'm going to penalize you. No problem. Do what you need to do. Then people came back. He's a Nazi. He's a threat. And now, what do you got? You got an economy that's it's already starting to boom. But trust me, folks, it's just that, it's like, you ever seen a drag race where they spin the tires to heat them up, and then that lights goes from none to red to green, and then the cars are like ready to go, and they take off. That's what you have. You have an economy that's being, it's just like, and it's just waiting on the light. And let me tell you what the light's going to be. 2018. The stock market's going to soar. It's going to soar. 2018, when they get the final numbers of what happened during the Christmas season, the stock market is going to boop, boop. Just mark my words. I mean, I'm not a financial guy, so I don't have to issue a statement that says it's these statements by Kevin, blah, blah, blah. But they're going to go through the roof. That's what's going to happen. See, folks, the joke is on the Democrat. Trump was considered a joke until he won the nomination. Am I right or am I wrong? Then Trump was considered unelectable. Then he messed around and got elected. Then they told you he was incompetent, a buffoon, couldn't do anything right. And then he proved himself successful. Finally, they tell you this. They say he's impeachable until he drained the swamp and exposed the corruption behind this very government that you and members of TeaPartyCommunity.org, go there, get signed up, have been talking about. By the way, we're sending out a letter to tell you guys all that we accomplished as members of the Tea Party. And we're looking for you guys to step up, donate, help support this cause, because 2018 and 2020, we want to put the death nail in the leftist ideology. And I'm going to be on the road doing this. Trust me. I feel like Trump when I said, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge. You better, but it's going to be bigger than you could ever imagine. Yeah, bigger. But it is. I've written the only person, folks, who could save America would be a white Republican male. Because what America needed post-Obama was they needed somebody to blame. They needed somebody willing to step up and say, you know what? You want to talk about white privilege. You want to talk about Black Lives Matter. You want to talk about police brutality. You want to talk about all these crazy things that float your boat. Fine. I'll take the problem for that. I'll take it. And only a white guy could do that, because Hillary Clinton was going to use the woman card. Oh, I'm a woman. I don't know. Some other minority. Well, I'm a Hispanic, or I'm this, or I'm a refugee, or who knows. Trump wanted the job, and not for historic reasons. He actually believed he could do a better job than these other people. And I shared his view because I believe anybody, and I will tell you, repeat, anybody would be a better president than Barack Obama. So the first step for Trump in being the best year one president in history was very simple. Keep your promises. He tackled trade deals, currency devaluation. He promised to send ISIS to the hitherlands and to rein in rogue regimes. And I played that clip earlier of the guy that went, I'm shocked. He promised to tackle immigration. He's doing it. He said he would undo Obamacare. mostly by letting it fail, and it was happy to do it on its own. He then promised tax reform, stellar record of success, revealing itself in the stock market, consumer confidence, unemployment, massive GDP growth, and the left have intentionally marketed against a tax bill that has now got him soaring. But that's where we are. Russian collusion nonsense? Really? First-year performance for Trump has no equal. And imagine what he would have accomplished if he was unencumbered. Or better yet, what would he have accomplished if he was able to have the Democrats join him?
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.